Hey guys, what's up? It's Christine Seal, the high level queen, and I am so excited to bring this special guest to you today. It has been about a minute since I had him on, but Shaun Clark, everybody.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's great to be here.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Okay, super pumped. I know there's a lot of new stuff, exciting things. I actually just got off of the release call that you guys had in your group, which was crazy. I love how you guys are always moving.
Yes, that is absolutely the goal. So I don't even know where to begin. So these days we're going in every direction. So, I think the big thing to remember is like we're committed to always coming out with what you ask us to is the most important thing. And what I found is that things are exciting to different people for different reasons. So what I'll try to do is try to cover as much as I can in all of the different places. And some things are kind of surprising. Like, for example, lately we have we really beefed up our proposals and estimates. And what's cool about that is we now basically are a full DocuSign or trying to think like what's the other one that everybody uses? That other one, PandaDoc replacement. Yeah. And what's so cool about it is it's totally at the same level. So like we capture all the right legal information and everything else. So it's literally at that absolute same level. Plus, on top of it, we're almost going to release the last mile here, which is essentially fillable fields. So if you haven't seen this, it's pretty darn cool. So the idea is, you're able to send out any document, and it could be a document that you create in our system. And let me see here. I'll share my screen. So let me see here. Perfect. And let me see. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So this could be a doc. So it started off as a proposal builder, which it still is, and you can build your own proposals and you can add signatures and all this. But you can also now upload your own documents, which is cool, and add signature fields to your own documents. We have like this nice, like it looks like this, and then I think down here we've got like a cool mobile view that works really well, just like you would expect. And then the next phase, which I think actually comes out next week, is going to be the ability to upload your own documents, add signatures, but also fillable fields, and they'll also be custom value enabled. So for example, you can say like company.name, and then when you send it, it'll automatically fill in the company name, and then people can kind of put in whatever they need. So again, across the board, you're getting that full sort of DocuSign replacement thing. And wow. Let me show you this. So then we also have this cool nifty signature certificate that basically shows all of the information you would need to take this into a corporate environment or a legal environment and say, see, as you can see here, this is fully signed by the following counterparties. Here are their signatures. Here's IP addresses, all of the stuff that you need to sort of make this official. So while I never knew how excited people would be, it has turned out to be a really awesome new feature that people are pretty pumped about.
Wow, that's so cool. I remember when you guys did the signature pad for the was it forms?
For the form? Yeah.
Yeah.
We've come a long way since then.
And that was, oh my gosh, I don't know, maybe 4 years ago. And everyone was really excited about it then, but this is like next level amazing. And
totally. And then moving on to communities, we are doing some cool stuff here. So not only, if you haven't seen communities, well, here they are. But if you think about this is where basically our mission here really is just to replicate the full feature set from something like a school or a Mighty Networks or a Circle SO. And we're very, very close here. If you've been following our progress, we should have almost all the major features out by Q1, excuse me, that's this quarter. And we're already white level on the web. Let me see if this has the mobile app in it, but if not, I will try to find it for you. But the idea here is pretty simple, which is that we will have also a white label mobile app that goes with this. And sorry, this is like my treasure trove of super cool. Oh yeah, here we go. Maybe this is what I was showing you. But anyways, we'll have a full white label mobile app that goes with this for the learners. So, and it'll also be GoHighLevel as well. But the idea is like, you know, if any of you, yeah, it's the same. Okay, same UI. If any of you have seen mobile apps for learners, then this is exactly what this will be. Let me see if I can find maybe some mobile action here. But that's exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get a cool mobile app for your learners, which can be white labeled. And this is awesome if you're in the community space. So I think all of that is very cool. Let me see here. What else can I show you? So that's communities. Oh, and this is the brand new blog builder that we're rolling out. So if you haven't seen our new, well, you should, it's basically the new funnel builder, but applied to blogs. And this is very much how like a HubSpot does it. So we'll have this out, I think either this quarter or next. So that's awesome. If you haven't seen the new dashboards that are very customizable, this is really cool. Not only can you obviously make it look really nifty like this, but you can also do things like create really cool custom widgets that literally are customizable all the way down to different aspects of the app that you like today, but also custom widgets. So if you wanted to bring in data onto a dashboard that you have external to GoHighLevel, you can do that now as well.
Wait,
which is very cool. Oh, go ahead.
What? This is all native now?
Yeah. This is all in there. Yep. Yeah. So like if I go over here and I go over here, ours doesn't look this cool because we haven't figured this out yet, or haven't done it for ourselves. But like here, let me switch over to something that's like data. So like what I think is awesome, and I don't think most people even realize it's here, but you go over here and you're like, hey, you know what I want to do? I want to edit this. I'm going to add a widget. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you know what? I want to do something about like incoming calls by status. And then I want a donut or I want a line, and you can do all kinds of crazy stuff here. And you can do conditions too. So you can say like, oh, I want to show incoming calls by status, but only if whatever, right? Like you can add conditionals, like call statuses, like I only show the number of incoming calls that were answered, right? So you can really customize the heck out of it. And then, excuse me, you can also do like, here's a bunch of general stuff, stage distributions, Google Analytics, Google Profile, on and on and on. And then you can also do, you can also do like this embed. So you can say like, no, I want to do my own custom thing that like comes from external to the system. And then of course you can rearrange all this stuff. Like you can change the sizing and you can move them all around and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a ton of really cool customizations. And then of course you can put these in snapshots and on it goes. So very, very cool.
How did you change the color to black?
Oh, you can like, I think there's like in each of the widgets, you can change the color now.
Oh.
So I'm like, this is where I get out over my skis, but point being, it's all possible. You just got to know what you're doing.
Wow. I like that.
And then on the ecom side, I'm pretty excited about this. So we came out with ecom version sort of MVP style Q4, but let's talk about where we're going here. So the ecom will continue to roll out. But one of the things that we actually just put out, and I'm gonna go find the release notes here, but I am super excited about this. So we put out this thing called email ROI, and why I want to talk about it is it is an exceptionally cool feature because what it's designed to do is show you how much money an email makes. Now this is not our slow to load. This is somebody else's. Let's see. It's in the release notes where everybody can find it. Let's see. Go back. Oh, maybe that's why I can just search it. Have made so many darn releases so often. There we go. Is this email ROI? Nope. Coupon codes for products. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is it right here. Okay. So the idea here is they're calling it conversion metrics for email campaigns, but the idea is really simple. You can literally go in and you can see right here, you can see how much revenue is being generated from an email being sent. And what's awesome about this is the way it works is super simple. You send out an email, and then when whoever actions that email, if they make a product purchase of any kind within a certain period of time, and you can adjust the window, but I think by default it's 7 days, it attributes the revenue back to the email. Because what do we know? We know that we get emails all the time that say like, hey, buy this shirt or whatever from this company. And we click on the shirt and we think, the shirt's cool, but I'm gonna go buy this bag. Well, reality is that email is actually what prompted the purchase of the bag. And as marketers, we want to be able to show our clients how we make the money. And this is exactly how you do this. Now, we do this today for our products, but we'll come out by the end of this quarter is we'll beef up our Shopify integration so that we do it also for Shopify. And the idea here is simple. If you're in the e-com space today or you're getting into it, what you're often going to find is if I have a Shopify store already, it's going to be hard for me to break away from that and to switch. But what I do need is I need marketing automation. And a lot of times there's products like Klaviyo out there. You can actually go and easily replace a Klaviyo by doing something like this. because this is the exact feature that Klaviyo offers that people love. So basically, we're just giving this to our customers so that they can do it for their customers.
That's so cool.
Totally agree.
Love it.
Another cool thing that went live yesterday is the I gotta go back. The Kajabi importer. So basically, the idea here, well, the payment links went live too. Oh, here it is. Oh, no cool screenshots here, but I'll find some. But the idea is that you can literally go in. Let's just do it together. So you can go to membership, and normally, you would come in here, you go to products, and you'd say I'm going to create a new product from scratch. But now you can hit import from Kajabi. And what's super cool is basically this thing. Some people have asked about this. This is a protection. So what we don't want you to be able to do is steal somebody's course that isn't yours. So what we do is we give you a username and we say, hey, go put this username into your Kajabi, which actually shows you're an admin. And then you copy this, you tell us what the password is, and literally hit go. And we will go in and pull out and replicate the entire Kajabi course into GoHighLevel for you automatically without you doing anything.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
So as you run into these folks who say I'm a Kajabi user, I'd love to move over, but it's too hard. Well, now it's not too hard. And the cool thing is we're going to continue to enhance this. So you'll see a bunch of importers on the email side, on the CRM side, on the what am I thinking of? Oh, even on the calendar side, we'll have a Calendly importer. So on and on and on and on. We'll continue to add these importers. So as you move through, what we're finding is we have all this functionality now, but how do we make it easier for you to bring your customers into it? So a lot of these importers you'll start to see roll out pretty much everywhere.
So what are the, this is amazing. What are the other importers that you guys have available right now?
Right now today we have, excuse me, a MailChimp email importer. We have a ClickFunnels 1.0 importer, and we have this Kajabi importer. But this quarter we'll add on a couple more email importers. We're going to go for a Klaviyo importer. Eventually we'll have a school importer, either this quarter or next. So kind of, again, the goal right now with GoHighLevel is to continue to make it easier. So one of the big things we know is we have about every feature under the sun, give or take. And now the goal is how do we make it simpler to do? Mm-hmm. And that is exactly where we are as a business. And we want to make it simpler and easier for you when you're deploying this out to your clients. And I think a lot of these importers, and also just simpler things, like yesterday we launched payment links. And payment links, they sound like, well, the idea is really simple. You want to go in here and say, hey, I want to sell a particular item. And in fact, let me pull up a nicer looking version of this. Here you go. So I want to sell this iPhone, right? And it's already sitting in my my products list, because this comes out of the products list. And again, products don't have to be physical products. They could also be they could be digital products as well. And they could be single, they could be one time, they could be recurring, doesn't matter. But basically what you're doing is you're coming in here, you're telling us what you want to sell, and we're creating this beautiful payments page, which you can then basically send out to anybody as a link, and you get this really cool, easy to use payments page that allows you to sell that product. And the URLs are white labelable, it's mobile friendly. So as you sort of bring it down in size, we'll automatically reformat. So again, what is this? It's a very simple way for you to go out and sell a product, or for your clients to sell a product without having to build out a funnel or a website or something like that to make the sale.
Very awesome. I'm just curious, do you guys have any plans to do like a Mighty Networks importer by any chance?
Probably. Again, we will. Well, what I would say is there's no importer I don't want to do. So let's be clear about that. The question is just how many people use those products, and how many, and really, as always, how many votes do we get, right? Yeah. So we'll sort of look out into the world and try to determine based on size. But again, we know that our audience is different, and so we want to make sure we're doing what you want us to do. So for us, it's sort of like, can you get me the votes? Because if you can get me the votes, I can get you the feature. But in general, absolutely, there's no reason we wouldn't want to do a Mighty Networks importer.
I can get the votes.
Yes, hold on.
I mean,
yeah. For sure. And if you give me the votes, I will get you the feature. That's the fun.
Awesome.
Fun part about it, right? So, but I mean, and then there's one thing, and the only reason that I say this, I hate when people say this to me, but I'll say it to you. There's one big new feature that is coming this quarter that I cannot discuss, but just so you know, it's out there, it's coming. You guys will all love it.
Cool.
And so just heads up there. I'm trying to think if there's, and I think there's actually another big one as well. obviously we have all kinds of cool stuff that's come out recently, like the tap to pay and all of that. And I think that's going to be amazing. But we'll continue to kind of motor along there. Oh, custom objects is also coming out, which doesn't really have a visual, but the idea is, if you don't know about custom objects, it's more about it's like the idea that, let's say you sell cars and you come into high level and you're like, I don't see any cars. I see contacts, I see companies, but I don't see any cars. Well, now you can go create a cars object and you can literally use it across the whole system. So you can add a car to an opportunity, you can add a car to a contact, you can search cars, you can, you can even take them out to the funnel builder. So you can say, I want to show an inventory list of all the cars on the lot. So you'll be able to actually create those custom objects that really represent the thing that your client does and makes the system more customizable to them.
Okay, that's cool. Very cool. We have some questions rolling in, and guys, feel free to drop your questions in the chat. Okay, awesome. First question, is there any update in the works how to handle, manage, and show people who click affiliate links? At the moment, it's hard to detect that.
Show people who click affiliate links for GHL. Show them. Oh, well, we have affiliate. So I'm trying to think about this. For our affiliate software, we now have an affiliate portal. Does the portal not show the clicks? Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. We should add that. That's a great idea. So if it doesn't show the clicks, let me know and we'll add that. Oh,
right now,
So right now we use First Promoter. Well, don't use First Promoter. Use HighLevel because we have affiliate management software built in. Oh,
yes. Okay. I was trying to figure out what they meant. Okay. Is there a way to translate the HighLevel dashboard and features to Spanish?
Change your language to Spanish at
the
user level. And you do it at 2 levels, actually. So this is really important. I don't know. Personally, I think this is killer. I don't know how many apps do this, but we built it at both the location level and the user level. So the idea there being, let's say you have a company that in general, most people speak English or so forth and so on, but you have a couple of employees who prefer or natively speak Spanish. You can change, those users can say, I want to see it in Spanish, but the company can be in English. So by default, I'd see it in English unless I was one of those users, and then I would see it in Spanish. So there's a lot of flexibility there in terms of what you want to do.
Very cool. Okay. Someone said, please get votes for affiliate updates. What? Tell me.
Yeah. So this is always the thing, right? It's like, what updates? We need specifics, people.
Yeah. So send me a message, send me a DM and tell me what you mean. Totally. Okay. Some of them don't show up. Okay. Well, that's a bummer. Yeah. Don't use First Promoter.
And if there's something specific there, if you're talking about the HighLevel affiliate program or something, you need to let me know because there's something going like somehow out in the world something's going wrong. There's nothing going wrong on our side because trust me, we watch our affiliate program and our First Promoter. And by the way, we use First Promoter still because there's not a second tier affiliate commission yet. But don't worry, it's coming soon, and then we're going to switch over ourselves.
Yeah, cool. I have a question actually. So we had an issue recently where one of my workflow folders just like poof disappeared.
No such thing.
Okay. Well, I don't know what happened.
I had somebody today say all of our tags poof disappeared. And then I said, you did better poof look at the audit logs because I can show you that it got poof deleted by this person.
So that's what I was going to tell you. So we looked at the audit logs.
Okay, hold on. So to the person who's still asking the question, I bet you money they're on a different campaign. Just email Kelsey at GoHighLevel.com, KELSI at GoHighLevel.com. And the fact that you tell me that they show up after they make their first payment, they're there. You're just not hitting there's a campaign switcher inside First Promoter that's really crazy to see. And people miss it. So they're like, oh no, this person's not on an affiliate thing, but they actually are. They're just on a different campaign. So that's what's exactly happening to you. But just email Kelsey and she can show you what's up. Cool. Sorry, go ahead. Workflow folder disappeared.
No, I was just going to say that. So we went and looked at the audit logs and there was nothing in there about anything.
That's okay. You give me a ticket number, Christine. I'll give you answers, but I guarantee you the system does not delete workflow folders.
No. And then what we did was we went and created a folder in the workflow for test. And then we created a test workflow and then we deleted it and nothing showed in the audit logs. And I was
maybe workflow folders aren't in the audit logs yet. That's fair. That's possible. Okay. Everything by default does not show up in the audit logs. They have to be added explicitly. And it's like one of those things. It's like an ongoing effort. It's like, but maybe workflow folder deletions are not in the audit log. I will note that to the dev team and ask them to add it.
Okay, very cool. Awesome. Guys, put your questions in the comments. Now's your chance to ask Shaun any burning questions that you have. I'm taking the opportunity.
Excuse me.
Okay. Tell us, is there anything else like super top secret or like exciting thing that you can share that maybe not be?
It's funny when people ask me that question. I guess we just try to share everything as soon as we can share it.
Yeah.
So it feels like, I guess maybe that's like a bummer in these situations, but we try not to be that secretive. We really do want to build what people ask us to build.
Yeah.
So, I mean, some of the cool things though, I think that are helping, like if you haven't seen GoHighLevel.com/events, you got to check it out. One of the big things we added recently are specific town halls for specific parts of the app. So our product managers are now doing weekly, like they're going on all the time, but basically I don't know if it's monthly. Anyways, point is like if you have a particular interest, like what's going on with communities or what's going on with the funnel builder, like we wanted to give more information. So you can actually go to a town hall specifically for that part of the app, and you can actually talk to the product manager and they'll show you what they're working on in the timeline. So you'll see the whole roadmap for the rest of the quarter and oftentimes a little bit into the next quarter.
Okay.
Rough ETA on the custom objects, they're coming out this quarter. First version of the custom objects will be out before the end of Q2 or Q1. I keep forgetting what quarter we're in. But yeah, this quarter.
Are you going to
attach mailers to workflows like print mailers? Oh, well, the cool thing is we actually have several apps in the marketplace that do print mailers. So actually it's another big thing on the developer side. Man, the developer marketplace and the developer API we've created, in my opinion, is first class. So we have several. So what happens now is when, in addition to just writing code and stuff like that, you can also create custom workflow actions. So for example, we have several people who send mailers as part of their service, and they've created integrations so that in the workflow builder, you can literally drag and drop a step that says like send postcard or send mail. So go check out those apps. And if there's a specific vendor that you want to work with, well, I have a great idea. Tell that vendor to go to developers.gohighlevel.com and integrate. And when they do, they'll get instant access to hundreds of thousands of customers. Or if you don't want to wait around for them to do that, go to the apps marketplace, look at the people who already do mailing and just switch over to them, because if they can do your mailing for about the same price, you might as well do your business because you can fully automate it.
Awesome. I have a question.
Page view event. Sorry. I think the page view event is super cool. So I got this, so first of all, it's a page view event, which is like, sounds boring, but the cool part about it is it'll allow us to do full CAPI, which is like basically like the Facebook Pixel API thingy on a page view event. So that's cool. And then two, it'll allow us, if there's a contact already in the cookie, so like think about it like this. I came to your website, I registered, you've been trying to get to me. And then one day I just randomly come back to your site. You'll know, and you can alert yourself or your sales team and say, hey, Shaun just came back to the website, call them. And you can automate all of that now with the page view event. And that'll be out this quarter.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to be at social media marketing?
Yes, we will be at Social Media Marketing World for sure.
Are you going to have a booth?
Yes.
Sweet.
Wow. Cool. Right. Oh, let me think. What's like hip and cool? Like, let me see. What's coming up in social media land? Let's see. Well, next quarter, this is hot off the press. Next quarter, we will have the ability to do e-commerce ads. So like, hey, I want to push an ad to Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or some other one. Oh, Google Shopping, I think. The ability to basically do ads management for those Google or for those shopping things. So that's cool. Okay. That's social. Oh, social media. Also, I just, like where someone's like, hey, drop, tacos in this, like comment tacos if you want a coupon or whatever. That is going out this quarter. So we'll have a trigger for that also going out in the workflow builder. And this is the fun part about where we're at. Like, none of these things are monumental in their own right. Well, some of them are, but most of them are just like really cool things that like some 10% of people need. But I saw this too, like Josh Nelson, who we both know, he said, comment coach if you want, I don't know, whatever, my thing in this post. And we're going to be able to do exactly that for people by the end of this quarter.
Oh, wow. Oh my God. That's going to be so great.
I know, right? And my problem it's a good problem to have, but my
Wow.
capacity for my brain to hold all of the releases is not possible. So the good news is there's a ton of stuff coming. So like,
Okay.
again, we want to be that full end-to-end business management system for you and for your clients. So in every area of the app, really what we're talking about now is just a lot of really enhancements that make things just radically better. So, like we got into this big discussion about documents in the CRM, so that like every time there's a form submitted, a survey submitted, a document uploaded, it's going to be under the contact, and it's also going to be in the client portal. And again, not super sexy, exciting, except the fact that it's super useful, and it's definitely something that we need. And if you're going to help a real business operate in the real world, that's a really exciting thing that they need. So I'm pumped that we're going to have it. Or like we just launched Loom support in our email builder. Like everybody, like none of these things by themselves are amazing, but taken in concert, they're fantastic.
Yeah. Okay.
You
know what? You know what would be awesome. Oh, I'm sorry.
I was just trying to dig through and think, what else can I show off? So we're working on some really cool SEO stuff. SEO, that's all super top secret. Okay, so we are going to come out in Q2 with a full SEO stack. So like think SEMrush or Ahrefs or something like that. We're going to have a full SEO thingamajigger thingy that you can then mark up and resell to your clients.
Wow.
That is top secret. Also, we are going to have in the short term, and this is like this quarter, I think, we are going to have this thing. Let me share my screen here. We are going to have, do you see my screen?
Yeah, I got to add it. Sorry. Yes.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So we're going to have this SEO checker that basically this is like Yoast. So basically when you save a page or you want to look at the SEO on a page, it actually will use the same flow and the same checks as like Yoast does to automatically show you what's missing on a page and guide you through actually fixing all those issues. So that's really,
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Love
so
that.
That's cool. Also, there's a ton going on the calendar. So we already launched this if you haven't seen it. So we've got the ability now to do like this. There's like a multi-select, and there's also like a multi-person view. Sorry, I'm just trying to find it. There's like a multi-person view now on the calendar, which everybody wanted, but I was trying to find the new, there's also going to be a brand new UI for this where you can, I'm trying to think what it's called, where you can like for calendar setups to make calendars set up a lot easier. I think I grabbed the wrong Figma, so I'll find that one. I'll come back to it. But anyways.
Okay. You know what would be an absolute game changer for me?
Yes.
And I can get the votes, but like a mini chat ref URL.
Oh, we're doing something mini chat. Like all the buttons and stuff that mini chat does?
Well, I mean, like, okay, so like when I used to have mini chat, and I canceled it because I migrated most of the stuff into GoHighLevel. But when I was doing an interview like this, I would DM everyone a ref URL that would send them to a chat bot that would remind them of the event and then put them in my YouTube channel and all this stuff.
I'm almost certain we're going to be doing that this quarter. I know we're launching a bunch of stuff that's designed to replace the mini chat in general. That's it right there. Quick replies and buttons. Yes, that is coming out this quarter.
Okay, very cool. That'd be great.
And somebody asked the SEO stuff. Okay, so there's two pieces of SEO. So there's the SEO stuff that costs no money, and then there's the SEO stuff that will cost some money. And the money piece comes in because there's this whole web crawler thing. The way all SEO products work, by the way, is the same. They have to crawl like everything on the web continuously, and so that takes server costs and all that wonderful stuff. But the great news is, here's how we think about this. We think about it as we refuse to come out any more than, and actually really we think of it as like any more than half of what everybody else is. So we will have a price whereby, as an agency, you will be able to mark this up to your clients and make money, and you will never be over what the competition is.
Okay.
So this is a money-making enterprise, period,
Yeah.
full stop. So if it costs us money, like web crawlers cost money. It's just a thing. It's like WordPress hosting. It just costs money. It's a server, right?
Mm-hmm.
But our pricing on WordPress, it crushes it. And we're going to do the same thing here. So you will pay like very, very inexpensive rates for everything that we come out with, and we'll make sure you can mark it up and make money off the deal.
I love that. It's so amazing. That's one of the reasons why
DM automation for Instagram Messenger. I confirmed that this morning. That's coming out this quarter.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. One of the things that I really was blown away by today on the release call was the in the agency pro plan, now you will have access to white label videos.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I haven't even announced those, but absolutely. Yeah. I think there was some discussion on what the plan was, and I wasn't sure, and I was just like, oh, okay, I'll let her ride. But yeah, absolutely. That's been a long requested feature too. And so we absolutely want to continue to make that easier and easier. And so I'm glad that you saw that, because in fact, I'm almost certain there are already some out there. Let me see if I can help. Did you get a link today in that release?
No, I think Chase said he was getting ready to push the button. So
okay. So what I see here is 5 new SaaSpreneur Local Hero Playbook white label videos. Let's see, quick start guides or something. They're like, oh, here we go. Yeah, here, I'll drop it in this chat here, and you can share it with your audience. Maybe this will be like hot off the press for everybody. Here, done. Okay. So that's the link I got in the release notes. So definitely want to make sure everybody has access to that.
Yeah. Okay. Let me put
Facebook groups management. What is Facebook groups management?
Facebook groups management.
Like tagging new people that come in and stuff. Like maybe like if you join my group, I like DM you, hey, Christine, welcome to my group. Something like that.
Maybe. Or maybe cool. maybe like a welcome post.
Yeah. We'll do all that stuff. So social media in general, if you think about where we're headed with it as a concept, I mean, if you look at the posting, it's pretty darn done. I mean, there's not much. I mean, I'm sure someone will point out something we don't do, but I mean, if it's not there, it'll be there shortly, right? But if you think about the next natural extension of social media, there's the ads piece of it, which I already mentioned we'll be doing next quarter. But then there's the social listening piece, I guess is what we call it. And I think that's probably more in this direction. And yes, we are doing a ton of that. And so you'll have a full social listening. I don't even know. I mean, I suck at this is really the answer, but I don't know what I'm talking about, but I get the idea. It's like, you want to listen to things and respond to them. You want to be able to like talk to people. I also like the idea of bringing posts into conversations so that like if someone I would even do this for us. Like how many people comment on a post every day? And like, I want to kind of know, I want it like to pop in and have our people see it versus having to like scroll through Facebook and hope to catch it. Stuff like that. So we'll have a ton of that, and that'll all start rolling out so you'll see the first like initial triggers this quarter, but as far as like the social listening stuff, that'll all be in Q2.
Awesome. Cool.
What else don't we do? How can attach videos embedded instead of setting a link? Okay, so here's the problem with that. I know what you're asking. And remember, details always help, but what you're really saying is, why can't I attach a full video in an SMS message is really what you're asking, right?
Probably.
Okay, I'm just going to say yes. Here's the problem. That is an HTTP 10DL. That is an HTTP message, which means application to person. The carriers do not want you attaching large files because they cannot see them. They think of that. They say that, my friend, is likely to be a virus or likely to be something bad. And so we, by default, are going to knock it down. And so that is like, I get as consumers, we're used to sending like all these big videos for friends and family. That's not how it's going to work commercially, because fundamentally the carriers know that it's a business sending to a human, and they're very concerned that can be abused, and it can. So that's why they want the links, because with the links, they can follow the link, they can look at the content, they can see what it's hosted on, they can get more of an impression of what it is or isn't. So if you want great deliverability, you just need to continue to send the links. And I know that sucks, but that's just how it is. Although a couple of cool things, we're talking to Google. So for those of you who don't know, those who are not as nerdy as me, there's this thing called RCS, And think about RCS as like a open source Google invented it version of iMessage. And they invented it, but they sort of gave it away. So like they didn't say like, this is Google's iMessage. They just said, hey, here is a way by which anybody can do iMessage. And their idea there was, why don't we make it sort of an open world for iMessage? And initially, last year or ish, like pre-December of last year, you could have just said like, yeah, that's cute, Shaun. That's like 18% of the US. And it's like, it's got some pretty good penetration to some of the foreign countries. But at the end of the day, it's like, who cares? But because Apple is getting just killed on their App Store stuff in court, they agreed to link up with Google and support RCS. And what that means is, that means we can all now send rich text messaging out through RCS. And by the end of this year, it'll also be supported by Apple. And so we are in talks right now with Google to roll that out as a channel. And why you should love that is just imagine being able to basically craft this really rich message, which will have all kinds of cool stuff, not just videos, not just text, whatever. You'd also embed payments, all kinds of crazy stuff. And it will go out and be cross-compatible with both Apple devices as well as Android. So I think that's going to be very cool. So we're working on that. And Google, Apple Business Messaging, I think will be up for next quarter as well. So we're continuing to kind of roll out there.
Is there a customer portal app coming out?
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Christine. You're so smart. Ooh, $10. I got $10.
Wow. Tony.
Look at that. Tony, I was going to say, Tony, did you hit the wrong button? But no, I think that's worth $10 all day long. So we do, and that's the Learner app. So that Learner app is also going to be the community portal app. So basically, it will hold all things customer. So what's so cool about this is we don't care if you're a plumber or an influencer, this app will basically bend and shift in that same way. So think about it like a custom mobile app for your clients' customers, right? And so ultimately you have, Bob's Pizza Shop can use this app, and it won't, and here's the thing, you're going to be able to turn off and on apps. So it's like, if you don't want them to see communities because no one's going to join Bob's Pizza Shop community, boom, gone. No courses for Bob, boom, gone. Okay, cool. What is it going to have? It's going to have, you're going to have invoices, and you're going to have payments, and you're going to have ordering, and you're going to have all that stuff, right? And if you haven't seen on the mobile side, we're building out the POS system. So we started with tap to pay, but we're going to keep on rolling. So you'll have products soon. So if you have and the idea there is think about like Shopify POS, kind of like that. We're going to move in that direction.
Can you show us anything on
that? Yes. If I knew what I was doing, I should have just been talking while I delayed, but don't worry. I'll try to make up for it. Christine, maybe you could tell a funny joke no, I'm just kidding.
I can. Love to.
Remember that movie? What's that ride at Disneyland where you're on the boat? Jungle Cruise. We're rewatching that on Disney, and it's like The Rock who does it, but he does all the jokes, right? Like, it's like oh, I was dating a girl who was cross-eyed, but it didn't work out because I thought she was. I think she was seeing somebody on the side. Like that stuff, and he just does it throughout the movie. I don't know. So, anyways, I'm really into corny jokes because
dad jokes.
Yeah, terrible jokes.
So now that we have a farm, all of my friends who find stray animals are coming out of the woodwork to ask us, hey, do you want a duck? Do you want a cat? Do you want a dog?
And your answer is no.
Well, so we have 40 acres, and my answer is usually yes, but don't come at me with like your.
Yeah, I was going to say, Kristen, you just opened up the world. People are going to be shipping those things in.
So I have a friend who lives here locally, and he was like, hey, do you want a duck? And I was like, that's a random question. And he's like, well, it came in my backyard, and it's just hanging out on top of my pool cover, and it won't leave. And I sent the dogs after it. And it's just sitting there. And I'm like, well, is it hurt? Oh, you know what? Send me a picture. So he sends me a picture. And I kid you not, it is a runner, which is a domestic duck. They cannot fly. They cannot fly. Okay.
Come on. That belongs to like a neighbor or something. Give me a break.
Exactly. I was like, I'm not going to steal your neighbor's duck. And he's like, I'm like, how did he even get in your fence? Because his fence, he has a full fence.
Come on, man. All right. So here you go. So this is the mobile app. So basically the idea is, now just remember, it will bend and flex, and you can see this right here. So it's like affiliates and courses and communities. And the stuff down here, of course, will change and so forth. So basically, this that's kind of like the landing page. And again, they're trying to show you like, hey, look, based on what you enable, there'll be like different stuff and things. So like that's the idea there. And then you'll have a menu thingy, and again, communities were like, this is a community section. So then if you have communities, you'll drop into communities, and then you can do all the cool community stuff. Blah 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 blah, and it looks really nice and it's really cool. So that is going to be that, and then they'll keep, it's like, well, that's more community stuff. That's writing a post, and so it's all community, because this is just like all the stuff they started with, and then you'll have notifications. But just imagine the same thing. Oh yeah, member question. Yeah, it's all community stuff. But point is you get the idea in the sense that and then here's like I think this is the course stuff maybe. Yeah. And so then this will also evolve with invoices and, documents and all that stuff. So, if you're saying like, oh, this looks like very driven by courses and communities, that's true because that's where it sort of started, but it will of course evolve into other stuff.
Wow. Okay.
I know. And again, the fun part about this is it will all be white. It says PWA, but it'll actually be a full-on downloadable app, and it will be white labelable. And the cool thing about this is it will go down to the sub account level. So right now, if you've used the app, it's sort of more of like it goes down to the sub account level, but it's not for, so let's think about this. It is for your sub account owners to interact with their customers. It is not for the sub account's customers to interact with the owners or the business itself. This will change that.
Yeah.
It's a little inception, but it makes a lot of sense. So Bob's Pizza Shop, you can now sell them an app. And the goal here, so the current white label app is spendy in the sense that it does a lot of really complex stuff. So it's like another $4.97 a month. The goal here is very simple. We're going to try to make this much, much, much less expensive. And as always, the most important thing to think of when we do this is how is the agency, how are you going to make money selling this to Bob's Pizza Shop? So we will make sure that this is a price that Bob's Pizza Shop will pay, and B, will have enough markup in that for you to make really good money on doing it.
Sweet.
So
very cool.
That is the plan for that.
Oh,
Do we pick up any
and
more questions?
I wanted to add too, I also heard that you need to update your HighLevel app on your phone to get the new stuff.
Well, yeah, there was a brand new release. I'm trying to think to myself.
I'm updating mine right now.
I just updated it myself. So make sure you do the same.
Yeah, very cool.
For sure. Good point.
Cool.
So there you go. I think
hey,
there's probably other things that I've missed. But that is
good.
That is me.
So I'm gonna put my link too in here real quick because I know we talked about a lot about like the SaaS plan and like the HC Pro SaaS stuff in the white label videos and all the exciting stuff that you can get with the Agency Pro plan. So I'm going to put my link in here.
Well, and I guess, there's also all the AI stuff. I mean, the problem is like, there's all the AI stuff. So we've been looking at that, all the AI bot stuff. We also have conversation AI voice AI coming out next quarter. We've been working on that. So there's tons and tons of stuff. And then SaaS event coming up in Dallas. Somebody asked about, we have our mastermind, which I'll mention. It's sold out, so you can't get tickets, but we have these once a quarter now, except in October. Oh, we did just send out this email though. If you want to get tickets for our annual event, you can actually get a ticket for that now early. And let me just talk about the philosophy here. Our events will always be small, and that's not because we are small. I am going to be very picky about making these events any bigger than they already are. It's precisely because, in fact, if anything, I'll tell you this right now, if someone forces me, I will charge more for them, because here's what I found. Yeah. I found that our mastermind events are small enough that you come, you actually learn. Like you actually achieve, you actually learn, you get somewhere. And our annual event, same thing. Like it is big, quote unquote, but it is nowhere near as big as many of the events that we even attend. But what I've noticed from attending events is when they're massive, they feel cool, except you meet no one, you learn almost nothing, and you go there, you sort of like listen to some lectures and you eat some lunch and you go home. I think that sucks. And also the other thing I found is like the big heavy hitters that are like the stage, the showstopper folks, the big events, they hit them too. They come, they speak, and then they get the heck out of
They
Dodge.
leave
The last thing
immediately.
they do is hang around to talk to you. And that sucks.
Yeah.
We refuse to have that event, and I refuse to have that event. What I like about our event is they are small enough that people will actually hang out at the bar, come to the dinner, do the thing, and they'll actually talk to you. So like, if you like Frank Kern, like I think Frank Kern's cool, he'll actually hang around. And Frank Kern does not, let me tell you, he barely likes to leave the house, let alone hang around random places in public. So the fact that he will do that at our event speaks volumes. And it's Perry Belcher, it's Billie Jean, it's like whomever, it's Christine Seal. And I think ultimately this is super important to me because I just want this event to all of our events, of which there also will be very few, there'll be 4 a year, will just all be killer. And that is all, period.
Yeah, I agree. The big events are fun, but I only hang out with my friends the whole time and I don't meet any new people.
Yeah, totally.
But at the high level,
don't go to big events, feel like big events, but my events will never be big because our events are going to be about, like, even if I got like, the other thing for us is like, we'll never bring I'm never going to have Oprah. I mean, not that I can afford Oprah, but just say we could have Oprah. I wouldn't bring Oprah because I also want it to be like just people that are in our industry, like people who yeah, it's cool to see Oprah. Don't get me wrong. I've like been to the Intuit conference and I watched her, but she just like comes in, does her thing, and then she is out and you don't get to talk to her. And honestly, if you had any marketing questions, I mean, she's an amazing business person, no doubt, but she's not in our industry. Right. And so I just want to have people who are consistently heavy hitters in our industry. So like the biggest I could think of probably in followers is like a Gary Vee. So maybe we'll do that. But that's the other thing. Like I want to have, people that, but only if he'll stick around, by the way. So, but yeah, I've just seen a lot of events. Like I was at an event recently with there's like a Shark Tank guy, and I won't mention who that was, but it was crazy because he entourages himself down the stairs and onto the stage. He does his shtick and he entourages himself the heck out of there. And I'm just like, dude, that sucks. Like you're not even there to talk to people. And this was like an event. People paid a lot of money at the ad. Not me, lucky I was invited. But point is, I just thought, gosh, that's so lame. So we won't ever do that. Sorry to get my soapbox.
We had a blast. We hung out with Billie Jean and Frank Kern and Perry and just like chatting, like talking about whatever. And it was just low key.
Plus, I'll tell you the secret. The secret is none of those people, they're amazing to talk to and they have great stories and really good techniques. But most of those people cannot tell you how to get to the very next step in your business as fast as someone who's just done it. And if you can meet somebody and have a meaningful conversation with them, that's where the value is. Right? Yeah. So I think there is a lot of power in that. So
there's so much. And like when we waited on our awards both years, just talking to the other affiliates for me, it was like the most powerful thing about being there. Right.
Totally. 100%.
So, and just making the like lifelong friendships with really cool people. That's amazing.
Yep.
Cool.
So, all right. Well, on that note, I thank you all for coming. Thank you for listening to my craziness. I'm so excited to have all of you on the journey with us. I cannot wait to deliver more stuff, but that shouldn't surprise you at all. And for those of you who are coming to our mastermind in Dallas, I'll see you there in about a week or week and a half.
Very, very cool. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Shaun, for being here today.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you guys can check out, get your free trial bonuses, that link right there, and then GoHighLevel.com/events for all the mastermind stuff.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.